Good test, yeah.
That is one bonus episode.
Meow.
Well, we're not all going to do it. It's just Matt.
Meow.
Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. This is about cats, apparently, and eating beef jerky on microphone. Maybe we weren't ready to start recording yet. Maybe I should have waited a little.
That's not really the weirdest thing ever, but the fact that you never do it is weird. It's just like, just keep a meat jerky in your pocket.
Yeah. It was my afternoon snack, so I don't get grumpy.
Oh, there you go.
It's good for emergencies.
Happy cast.
You want to open that can before we're in the middle of
Get it,
Emergency
get it on.
TV.
It's going to sound nice. Oh, yeah.
That was smooth.
That's satisfying. All right, here with this. Okay, that's not
Less satisfying.
That's not as good.
Yeah.
Our Foley work needs some improvement.
Yep.
Just chew into the microphone.
And go.
Our
Podcast.
Oh, I thought we were going. This is all in there.
It will be if you're not careful.
So yeah, we ran out of whiskey. So we created whiskey out of the little bits left in the bottles.
I'm drinking Basil Hayden's / Eagle Rare, two of our favorites from this
That's gotta be a
podcast.
good combo. How is it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah?
It's somehow sweeter than either one of them on their own. It's more than the sum of its parts.
I'm gonna do an Eagle Rare Bullet.
How's that one going?
I don't know. I haven't tried it yet.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, it's not bad. That is
Okay.
better than Bullet.
Yes.
Hey, that's actually
Bullet
pretty good.
plus anything is better than
It's
Bullet.
That's not half bad.
What do you got over there?
Blood Orange Highball energy drink.
It's got organic guarana in it, I see,
Yes.
according to the label.
And organic sugar.
Delicious.
Organic caffeine.
They're just putting organic on everything.
Organic caffeine.
Orange juice. Organic caffeine. Organic sugar.
Does it say vegan anywhere?
Organic energy drink.
Jesus.
BPA free.
Gluten-free.
Yeah, gluten free.
Naturally flavored.
Naturally gluten
Fair
free.
trade certified.
Conflict free.
Farm
delicious,
locally
though,
owned,
so-
free range.
That lack of conflict really makes it.
Well, it didn't say conflict free. So
You're right.
they could have used slave labor for that one. Been fine. It's still organic.
Or they could have just yelled at each other.
Yeah.
That's conflict too.
They just argue over the can at the end. When
Yeah. God damn it, Frank. There. We fulfilled our conflict.
All right. So, do we want to talk about video games? I went back and played an old game. That game is Overwatch.
Okay.
It's not as old as I was thinking when
No.
you teased it.
Yeah, it wasn't like Symphony of the Night. But I hadn't played in long enough that 5 new characters have come out.
Yeah.
And,
That's a lot.
That game stole my time. Like, just straight up stole it. I put it in, and I was like, yeah, this is going well. And then I realized it was 5 in the morning. I stayed up all night playing this game. I just could not stop. And even then I was like, I mean, I guess I could play a little bit longer and just go to work.
Yep.
But I decided to go to sleep. But fuck, that is a good game.
Who were you playing as?
I think my new favorite character is a character named Baptiste. And he shoots healing grenades out of a little cannon. And he can do damage. He also has a little pod he sets down that
Does
keeps
his
people from dying.
does his healing grenade also do damage, or do you have to switch to another grenade?
I don't think the healing grenade does damage.
Okay.
But they're on different triggers. So you can be supporting somebody and shooting past them and just landing grenades next to them. And you throw down, you follow an Orisa around. So she drops her
what?
shield. Orisa. It's
Is that another new character?
No, that one was in last time I played.
It's still an additional character.
It's it's
yes.
I never played with any additional characters.
Okay. It's the one that looks like a robot with horse legs.
I think it is a robot. I don't think it just looks like a
It
robot.
is a robot. that's structured like a
I
centaur.
would like a character that just painted themselves to look like a robot. That would be an interesting character. I am a robot.
But yeah, I was getting some really good work done with Baptiste, and Ash is another character. She has a pistol sniper rifle thing. It's
Okay.
the
Like a
Terminator.
revolver?
It's like a revolver, but it's like a speed load with a lever action long.
She has a short
She has a-
lever action rifle.
stock free long
Stock free. Okay.
barrel lever
Free
action.
range, free trade organic.
But she flips it like the Terminator.
Yeah.
To reload it, which is cool. But it's pseudo sniper rifle-y, and she throws dynamite, and then she calls in a giant robot that runs in and starts fucking everything up.
Did the Terminator spin his guns?
Yeah,
Just that one time.
when he was on the motorcycle, And John Connor was on the back, and they were in the water drainage ditch, and he shoots it and then flips it over and shoots again.
That sounds pretty cool. I need to go rewatch that.
Go watch T2.
That's pretty
It's
good.
a solid 20 seconds of that
I
movie.
do remember him carrying coffins and just holding miniguns. I don't know. Was that T2 or was that a different one?
He had roses, and
Well, he was carrying a coffin out of a.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh, really? I thought maybe that's Terminator 3. Maybe I made one up.
I don't think he was in 3. I think that was a lady.
He had a cameo at the end where he had a goofy Southern voice.
Okay.
That was the twist of the whole series, was that Arnold Schwarzenegger was a hillbilly, I guess.
Oh, and they just used his body as a model.
Yeah, hilarious. I don't know what you're talking about with the coffin.
Oh, I swear that was in a Terminator movie. He
Okay.
was just carrying a coffin or two, holding a minigun, fucking everything up.
Sounds fun, but I have no
sounds
idea.
like Trigun, the anime. Where
Well, maybe that's where they got it from.
I could totally see a Trigun bad guy like reaching into 2 coffins and just lifting them up, and it turns out the bottoms they're just guns and
Yeah.
I don't know what Trigun is, but that sounds exactly what the show would be, is a bad guy lifting up 2 coffins with guns in them.
Yeah, we just wrote a scene. Right.
That sounds cool.
Somebody should
No, it's
animate
it's
/
called
film that.
Trigun.
Yeah, there's 3.
Well, he also has a gun in his chest.
You're actually almost right.
Or each minigun has 3 barrels. There you go. You win.
Yeah, you should watch Trigun.
Okay.
He does have 3 guns.
Yes.
I would assume so.
So yeah, Overwatch, significantly good. It's still good. It's not significantly good. It's still great. I miss how that game plays, how fast it is, how Junkrat is a character, which I think Junkrat should just be in every game. That would make me happy.
I'm going to disagree with you.
It's okay. It does not affect my enjoyment of that game in any way, shape, or form.
I think it's very well made and stylish.
Is it sassy?
There is an abundance of sass, but you have to do that now. Oh, it's a character game? Are they sassy?
Yep.
No. Well, what kind of character is that? They don't have a bunch of quips and one-liners? It's like, no, then it's not a person.
You don't belong in a video game? Yeah.
No, not at all.
Come back when you've got a pun about bullets or heads.
That's what Apex does.
That's fucking
faces.
Bangalore. The clips are what civvies use in their hair. This is a magazine. That one voice thing is just like every time I go,
Magazines are something you read in the dentist office. I could do it too. I'm Bangalore. Sorry.
It would be funny if one of the other characters was making fun of Bangalore and said that.
Yeah.
Like, if you pick that character, then the next character is like, ugh. Like,
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with having an overly serious character, as like that could be funny too.
Well, the thing is, there's actually gun people will do that. Oh, here's a gun that actually uses a clip. Oh, what's the difference? It turns
like
out.
an M1 Garand.
Yeah, pretty much. Like
That's the only gun that uses the clip.
pretty close. You can like buy bullets strapped in clips, and then you have to take them out. It's stupid. I think my SKS I could have loaded with clips, but I didn't do that. But yeah, that's a clip. It's a little piece of metal that holds bullets together.
And in an M1 Garand, it goes clang.
At the end.
And then you can put it in your hair
Yeah.
and look pretty.
That's what it's mostly about.
Yeah.
Is looking pretty. You know,
It's
what?
my goal in
Even
life.
if you don't look pretty, as long as you feel pretty.
Yeah. That is more important, I think.
All right.
Than
That was an oddly positive message. Okay. Well done, everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah. Good job.
Fuck what you look like as long as you feel good.
I mean,
Everybody.
that
You're kind of ruining it
less
now.
elegant.
Yeah.
I would say. But
No, it's even better.
Okay.
so, what games are you about, there, Brooks?
What am I about?
What games are you about?
What's your
Or
deal?
What's your damage right now with games?
Well, I got a new wheel stand, so I'm back on rally games. So I've been playing my Dirt Rally, and might buy Dirt Rally 2. As soon as they have VR in there, I will be buying that game.
Yeah.
But I'm part of the no VR, no buy part, because it basically...
You mean the Tea Party?
I'm
So
boycotting.
that was their thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no VR, no buy. Just throwing games into the ocean. But yeah, so... Codemasters keeps doing this annoying thing. Like the first Dirt Rally only worked with the Oculus, and they're like, no, it's not Oculus exclusive. And they're like, can you make it work with the Vive? And they're like, no, it's impossible. Some random guy did it in a day. It's like, it works. And then this one, they're like, it's going to take us all summer to get this working. You just want to turn the camera on and just tell us that it might run bad on our hardware? Like, turn the settings down. But whatever.
No.
So
You got to wait for it.
yeah, pretty much got to wait until they... I'm guessing these new VR headsets come out and Oculus gives them more money to not be exclusive. whatever their deal is. The game's good. They just got some weird bullshit going on.
Did you go take a look at his rig?
I did not.
Okay.
No.
It's a shame.
I did not get a message about my rig.
Nope.
I was waiting.
I was going to go over to his house and stare at his rig, but didn't do that.
I
Was that a clean
that was pretty clean.
ringtone on that? Yeah.
Well, as long as you stare, it's fine. Don't touch it.
Yeah.
Consensual staring, I think, is fine.
That's a joke about penises.
I think we're talking about one specific person.
What? Anyway, doesn't matter.
Louis C.K.
No, I don't approve of whatever that. Anyway, no idea where you're going with that. So,
Consensual
what
staring.
video games are you playing, Jacob?
It wasn't consensual. That's the problem.
Yes. Okay. Whatever. We won't
Pass.
get into it.
No.
Pass. Pass on that whole thing right there. So, Jacob,
pass.
what Brooks has told us what games he's playing.
What games have I
What game are you
played?
playing?
Oh, we played Wildlands.
We sure did.
Yeah.
I don't have a solid opinion about that
How
yet.
was your first 40 minutes with that game?
Almost 2 hours.
Okay. I'll make
It was full of I don't know. It's
Thought it was
a
pretty fun.
game. It's all good. There's no part of it that was bad, but there's also no part of it that was interesting.
Okay. I thought the shooting was pretty fun. And
Yeah. It feels good. It's
Walking
just
around, shooting.
nothing.
I think the kind of planning before you go into a place is kind of fun, even though I fuck it up a lot.
The thing that I didn't realize is how aggressively anti-Bolivia it is. Like it's real thinly veiled on its depiction of the fictional MS-13 thing going on down there. And boy, is it a lot about white people showing up and shooting brown people. But other than that,
You didn't have to pick a white person as your avatar.
That is true. You could have picked another brown
I picked an Asian lady,
you're
and
totally right.
That is also
so I'm totally in the clear.
Yep.
true. She can shoot anybody she wants.
Yeah, she can shoot any brown person she wants. Yep.
So far, that's what that game is about.
Yeah. So
I
had
picked a
forgotten-
white guy for accuracy.
I've been also playing Just Cause 4 a little bit, and so it's interesting to compare the two.
Because are they similar?
They're
Sure,
both
the
an
grappling
open world game where you just hijack helicopters and then accidentally crash them into trees and then die.
I will say, Wildlands is a great stopping traffic and tossing a grenade into civilians simulator.
It is similar to GTA, you're right.
Yep.
I did do that a lot in Grand Theft Auto, like all of them.
It's an open world game.
I do like grabbing a vehicle and driving as fast as I can over things that I shouldn't be able to drive over.
The motorcycles are ridiculous. No bearing on reality.
No,
just
no,
drive
not at
straight
all.
up things, bounce off of stuff. You just take the. It's crazy. It's so much.
I don't know what
fun.
kind of physics they have in the game, but they just kind of made it up. The default physics in a game engine is generally okay, and they just changed it. Nope.
This be more fun.
What if when you go over a jump, it kind of like glues you to the ground, and there's like made out of magnets.
Yeah.
But being a person is pretty good. Flying the helicopter is not what a helicopter does either. You just sit there.
They basically just took the drone controls
And threw it on a helicopter.
and made it so that other people could sit on the drone. Made it bigger.
I would be cool with some personal drones in the next game. Like you ride them like motorcycles
Sure. That would be fun.
or ride them like a skateboard. And you
Sure.
can shoot off of that skateboard like Green Goblin or something.
A jet board.
Remember that
gotcha.
Spider-Man movie with the Green Goblin when he was running around? And at no point in time in the entire movie did they show this, but in one shot to the next, he just has a trident.
Did he?
Totally.
Did it try it?
Yeah.
Was it just in one scene and then it just disappeared?
No, it just wasn't anywhere.
Okay.
And then he's like, "Gah!" He's holding it up and
I don't know.
menacing with it.
I don't know enough about Green Goblin to say if that's correct or good, but
Yeah, I have no idea if it's like correct to the character or anything else like that, but it certainly is an editing mistake.
should at least been a scene where he like pulls it out from behind his back and like, hey.
Could have been anything, but wasn't.
Really, though, that's the only flaw that movie had.
It really is.
It was
Other than
perfect in
that-
every other way.
Other than that, perfect.
I'd agree with that.
I think we're all being a little facetious with that. That's the joke. I'll just say the joke part out loud.
I remember when that movie came out. I enjoyed it.
Certainly
I
was.
I did not.
Up until then, the most Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. That was the second one, right? Or no, was that the first one?
He was in both of them, I think. I don't know.
I know Doc Ock
Maybe
is the
not-
second one.
No, it was the first one.
Yeah, it was the first one. Yeah,
And
Doc
then
Ock
his
was the
son
better
was
one, I think.
the Hobgoblin?
I didn't watch the third one because then that was.
Is that the one with Venom and Sandman and?
I think so. And weirdly emo dancing
Yeah.
Peter Parker. I just saw the memes and the whatnots, but
That
You
was
can pretty much
unfortunate.
gather all of like cinema history into like little GIF animations.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll have basically the gist of modern cinema.
I think that might actually be true.
yeah.
If memes are just like the collective's opinion of a certain piece of media, then they'll figure it out.
Sure.
Just give them a couple years to regurgitate the GIF around the internet.
There'll be a couple people who watch that movie like 150 times, and they're like, "I found a good meme."
Yeah.
like 2 years later, and you're like, "What?"
Basically, those are the experts
Yeah.
Yeah.
that we have for culture.
And you can tell when it reaches its zenith when they just add Pepe the Frog to it, and there you go. Then it's There you
That's the singularity right there. Pepe the Frog.
Yeah. I think that guy's dying off a little bit.
Just a little bit.
That is when you know a meme's dead, is if they just put Pepe the Frog's face on
Yep.
it. And then everything becomes SpongeBob. I think he's the most popular in memes right now.
Okay.
Not only that, but I believe Nickelodeon themselves are releasing SpongeBob meme toys.
Jesus.
The memes are so popular. They're like, we're gonna make money off this thing. It's smart.
Okay.
I would. Why not?
Yeah, I don't
Profit
have
off
a
this
problem with
fad.
that. That's fine.
SpongeBob.
I also played Observer.
Ooh.
What is
That's like almost a visual novel, like because there's so little interaction. But it's a cyberpunk thriller.
All right.
So if you're looking to just walk down a hallway and look at things and collect stuff off the ground, you should
Okay.
give that one a shot.
I like the
That was
word
really good.
cyberpunk and thriller
Yeah.
put together. That's cool.
Yeah, I downloaded and almost started playing Tacoma before
Yeah, that's also free.
I
Right now?
started playing Overwatch. I got nothing to report on that because I didn't do it.
Are those the
I almost
PlayStation
did.
free games?
Those are Xbox games.
Oh, Xbox games.
I'm sure they're on both, but they're free
Okay.
in some way or another.
So, Matt, do you still play your PlayStation?
Only when an exclusive happens or Overwatch, because that's where I spent
Yeah,
all
because
that
I
damn money.
figured you had everything over on Overwatch. I was like, you didn't buy all that on Xbox, did you?
I'm not ready to be disappointed by logging into my Xbox with my copy of Overwatch and finding out that the stuff doesn't transfer over. So
yeah, that's
in my head, I'm just going to pretend like it does. But since I know it works on PlayStation, I'll just play on PlayStation and pretend like the company is
Yeah.
they did it that way. Because otherwise, I'll be very.
I am
grumpy about that.
very certain that it does not.
Oh, I'm totally confident it does it.
But you're going to lie to your brain.
I'm going to lie to my brain so I don't have to be upset about it.
Yeah, that's probably a good move.
Like an American.
Yeah.
Because if you were like, hey, I got Overwatch on Xbox, and I was like, oh, Overwatch is $10, I'd be like, I might grab that. And I'll play Pharah for the $10 worth of time.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's helpful, but I'll shoot people and fly.
I don't know if I want to even get back into it and
I think
learn
I'd
the new
just-
characters and stuff.
I'd rather just play Apex, I think.
I'll try Rage 2 shortly. That'll be my next game.
Yeah, I don't know. There's parts of that game that look really cool, that look almost like they're straight out of Doom, and then there's other parts that you're just driving around doing nothing.
I'll bet it's not that good. My prediction is that it'll be better than the first one, but still not super interesting.
It would be hard to be worse than the first one.
I've played a lot of games I would call worse than Rage 1.
I would agree with that. I have also played a lot of games that are
Yeah.
worse than that. That doesn't mean it's easy.
It's a lot of work to make a game that bad. I feel you.
That's a long string of bad choices, like just back to back to back. Nothing like Red Dead Redemption 2. What a
Bring that one back up.
Keep going back to that well.
So I don't know if anybody noticed or not, but I fucking hate Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay.
I don't think we told anybody that.
No, I've never said that into a microphone before.
Nope. It's like one thing that we can all kind of agree on. Like, we fucking hate that game.
Yeah. We will and have disagreed on a lot, but I think we can all band together and agree.
Red Dead sucks. some
Red Dead
shit.
Redemption 2 was a terrible game.
It looked good.
There are
Better look.
competent things orbiting that game, but the nucleus is trash.
I feel like we shouldn't make that our defining feature as a podcast.
All right.
Is this one game that we keep bringing up that we hate, that we also don't really know anything about?
Nah.
That's not.
I know about it.
Now let's not talk about it. I'm good.
But we can be done after this. I'll stop bringing it up.
This is just a standard thing. People will know.
I saw that was on my external drive, and I've got a giant external drive, and I was just like, I thought I deleted you. I didn't need any space. I just little middle finger to that game.
I just deleted all my EA Access games because I don't know if I'll grab that again for a little while.
Yep, The Division 2 and Red Dead Redemption 2. I deleted off my external drive.
Did you buy the Division 2?
No.
Okay.
Then why would you have it on your hard drive anyway?
Install from the
Just
disk.
in case.
Because I have a massive hard drive, and we get to clean on that.
massive
I've got
hard
a
drive?
massive hard drive, and I just don't need the space.
Well, I see why you don't need to delete it. It's just why do you go, I played this game, I hate it, I'm never going to play it again. Anyway,
So you just forget, man.
Yeah, I just
okay, that's fine.
Well, you got like
my spite was
what do you have,
in
like
getting
6
rid of the game
terabytes or something?
itself, not deleting it. And then I realized later, I was like, "Get out of here, game! I don't need you physically running." They're like, "Oh, well, the hard drive actually is still physical." So I need to remove all trace of that game from my console to not sully it up.
The other games do get worse because it's
They
on
are,
there.
it's like poison for your console.
Well, this might be slightly off topic, but it's bad, and we were talking about cinema earlier. So I went and saw Shazam because I was told it was good, and it fucking sucked shit.
Oh,
And we walked out,
Oh,
and I haven't done that in a
jeez.
long time.
not since Biker Boys.
Oh no, I stayed in Biker.
Okay, so you walked
I
out
don't
of
know.
Shazam.
Yeah, it was like 45 minutes in, and he hadn't even become the goddamn character yet, and it wasn't funny. There wasn't one laugh in the whole theater, and it was packed, and it was shit. And
Okay.
the characters were bad,
Jeez.
and it was like really shitty, cheesy jokes with really bad acting and bad sets. And there was like one part where they showed bad guys, but they weren't. They were just statues of bad guys with fake as shit glowing eyes, and they were like, "We will hurt you." And then one cracked, and you're like, "Oh god!" And then when they finally broke out, they turned into mist. Like they didn't even spend any money on CG. Like what the fuck are you doing? There's not even a monster.
When I saw the trailer the first time back in the day when I was a youngin', I distinctly remember thinking that it was a TV show on like ABC or
Yeah,
something.
it was worse than one of those.
And when someone mentioned that it was a movie, I went, "Oh no, that means it's bad."
Well, I just heard multiple people say that, oh, this is like pretty enjoyable and it's pretty good. It probably didn't help that the week before we saw Endgame.
Right.
And then they're like, well, we'll go see another movie, I guess. I heard Shazam was good. And
We had a lot of complaints about Endgame, but comparatively,
Yeah, but that was just like nitpicking stuff.
Yeah.
It was like enjoyable, but it was more fun to nitpick that. This isn't even fun to nitpick. Like, this just sucks.
it's just not enjoyable at all.
You pick apart the things you enjoy.
Yeah.
You go,
and,
oh, well, yeah.
and this is just bad. Like, I cannot suggest watching it unless you ran out of TV shows and need another one.
So you rolled
Okay.
so you rolled the dice, and it was either Detective Pikachu or Shazam. And
Well,
you
I
picked
honestly,
Shazam.
I should have picked the movie that my girlfriend wanted to watch. It would have been more enjoyable. It's that movie where that one lady like can hear men's thoughts. I should have gone and watched that.
What women want or what men want.
Yeah,
They,
I should have gone.
that's
and
a
watched that.
thing?
Yeah, it's
They did the
what women want. but
coin
then they
flip
switched
of the Mel Gibson
Uh-huh.
misogyny party.
Yeah.
That was.
Because that did so well, they thought, we'll strike gold twice
Yeah.
with this one.
Yeah, well, they did that, and it would have been a better movie. I haven't seen
Okay.
it, but I know that would be better than Shazam. There would
Okay.
have at least been one or two jokes that would have been slightly amusing.
I wish I'd gone and seen Detective Pikachu.
Oh, well, you still can.
I know. I probably will.
Yeah, I think that's the next one I'm gonna go see. It looks cool. Looks funny.
Looks
and
cool.
enjoyable.
Looks like a polka party.
Yeah, poker party.
Yeah.
If Ryan,
They seem to have a really good sense of humor about the whole thing.
Yeah.
They're like, this is ridiculous. We're going to be silly about this. I mean, cool.
yeah, they must have done some kind of weird screen test or something. Like, hey, can you just send us some voices on your phone and we'll put it to this Pikachu and see if it works? Because I can't imagine that got approved. Just Ryan Reynolds Pikachu. Okay, yeah,
Who else would you have as Pikachu?
yeah. No, that's perfect. I would have had nobody because it would have been Pika Pika. He just pick that child and have him do it.
As far as I can tell, the trailer is the first couple minutes of the movie because otherwise nothing else makes sense.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
So if that's the beginning of the movie, I really appreciate the fact that they didn't take the first 35 minutes to explain that there are two dimensions and
Are there?
Pokemon come over from a different thing or any of the other shit they could have done to try to they just went, yeah,
Is that something that
Pokemon
happens
are a
in
thing,
people?
we hang out with people. That's great.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's
Yeah.
all you need to know. You
We're-
can say two
we're
dimensions
here-
at the end of the
yeah.
movie and you'd be like, okay.
Yeah, as an audience, we're here to enjoy this. Like,
Yeah.
you just take that leap. We'll go with you. Let's go. Let's have a good. Let's watch a. Let's have a good time. But you
yeah,
don't have to. That's like the Spider-Man movies where they're just like, all right, now Uncle Ben died. You're like, yeah, don't show me that shit ever.
Well, that's
again.
what
I don't
Shazam
ever need
did.
that.
Shazam took like 20 minutes to tell me what an orphan was. I was like, I know. This sucks. It's very depressing and it's not funny at all.
Yeah, just
It's
start off,
poorly acted, so I can't even take it seriously.
start off with a home run, a whole thing about orphans.
Yeah, pretty much.
It'd be like if the new Aladdin movie, if they spend like 45 minutes
Yeah.
just talking about how sad his childhood is.
So you know in Deadpool 2 when they spend all that time like announcing characters and like, oh, here's this guy and here he does this and whatnot, and same thing with like Suicide Squad. Imagine they did that but with different kinds of orphans, because that's what they did in Shazam. They literally did that. They're like, hey, I'm whatever. Oh, he doesn't talk. Okay. And then next one, hi, she hugs a lot and won't stop talking. Okay. Like,
Do they all get superpowers or?
no, it's just the one. So I'm like, what do you? Okay, if you want to have a bunch of orphans have superpowers, that's kind of awesome, and I'd watch that because that's every superhero is just a goddamn orphan.
Yeah, just
It makes sense.
all Disney characters and all superheroes are all orphans. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I got the chick from Frozen and some other
More.
superheroes. Yeah, more.
Another
Did
example.
Anastasia have superpowers? She was a Disney character, right? / historical figure.
Anytime there's a talking animal, that counts as a superpower, right? You can that's like a Dr. Doolittle thing.
Was Milan an orphan?
No, I don't think so.
Damn.
Well,
She had a brother.
most of them only lose one parent.
Okay, yeah.
and it,
Only some of them are true orphans.
yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
like Aladdin's an orphan.
That's why they don't ever become real, true superheroes. They become like half-powered things.
Oh, Rapunzel's not.
The amount of parents you have restricts the amount of powers you can have. That's how it works.
Oh, well,
Parent- oh, you know what?
she's
I
an
think
orphan,
we
but her
got
parents
to-
are still alive.
Parents are just holding you back for. Wait, hold on. That can turn nefarious very quickly. We're not suggesting.
Just dump your children's off on this.
No, you have to be sad about it. Otherwise, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
You can't.
You can't cause their.
Yeah.
They just have to.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne, Batman. That's how that works.
Yeah, if something bad happens to your parents, start fighting people.
Bad advice. Bad advice corner.
Hey, it works in movies.
Yeah, it totally works.
Okay. It only works if some weird wizard or something talks to you. Then you can do it.
Yeah, you need a mentor.
Right. If you get a weird old mentor.
Like Jafar.
yeah, perfect.
I don't know why I'm beating on
Wait, what?
Aladdin right now. A mentor. I'm joking. He's not his mentor.
No, I'm pretty sure Iago was the main character of that whole thing.
Yeah.
And Jafar was his mentor.
Right. No,
That was the character I was rooting for the whole time. I don't know. But
I mean, yeah, that would make it a more new Disney
Never
take,
mind.
all about parrots. It's like the
I think
Enchanted
that-
Tiki Room, just really fleshed out for 2 hours.
Based on what I've seen, the new one is just a Will Smith fest. And that's going to be fun.
I don't think we need to worry about live action Disney
No.
remakes
I think
right now.
because they're going to make a shitload of them.
They've already made a bunch.
All they're doing is just hanging on to their.
Okay,
Yeah.
so going back
They're
there.
just every straight to video Aladdin 7. Fuck it, who cares?
Yeah, we just got to let those go.
It's
speaking
the Lion
of-
King 6. Who gives a shit?
Okay, speaking of weird things that Disney makes, there's another Maleficent movie being made.
Yeah, I got an email about that.
Yeah, I watched that email and it looks really kind of cool. I was like,
Well, the first Maleficent movie was pretty rad.
yeah, I was like, this looks fucking awesome. I kind of want to see this movie. It's basically just she just kills everybody and has different kinds of wings all the time. It's pretty cool.
Dragons, bats.
Yeah, kind of
eagles,
whatever. It's like she can
falcons,
change
bears.
it to match her outfit.
Nice.
It's like this is sweet.
Yeah,
Not
wing,
really.
wing fashion is the real Disney game.
Dude,
right
if I can
there.
have 45-foot wingspan and walk around and just insult people, that's pretty neat.
I mean, you're really just like
Yeah.
40-ish feet off of that wingspan, and you're already there.
Hell yeah.
I'm saying he's got 5-foot wings.
That would still be pretty cool.
Yeah,
It'd be like a Cupid.
you could land softly if jumping off of.
Dude, that'd be sick. I could be probably a really good basketball player.
like a chicken.
Yeah. Chickens, I bet, are great basketball players.
Sequel to Air Bud.
Yep.
Dude, I'd watch that movie. If you had Ryan Reynolds voice the chicken.
Cluck dunkers. There you go.
Cluck Dunkers. Yeah, Cluck Dunker sounds.
Yeah, that's it.
like a
That's
fun-
not dumber than other.
I might have to cut that so I can make a mobile game really quick.
That's a good idea.
A clicker.
There may be a Flappy Bird or Angry Bird style.
Well, you could just make it
Rip
before
off.
you release this, and you'd be all right.
We just need to get
Yeah,
the URL
okay.
before we ship this. Good.
Cluck Dunkers.
Cluck Dunkers.
I'll buy it when we get back to the office.
Okay.
Watch it already exists. Don't go to that website.
Oh no.
Go to incognito mode and let me know.
All right.
Because it may drastically change the game that I make, depending on what you find.
Hey,
Okay.
Fuck Dunkers kind of ended it on that one.
Yeah, we're only 40 minutes in, so after I cut some stuff, that's going to actually be a very
Let's wrap up with a game.
Get cut.
That was perfect. I don't understand.
Pure gold.
Yeah.
Top to bottom, pure
Sounded
gold.
nice to me.
Even the beef jerky start.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that's all in there. I'm sorry. We can't cut that.
Yeah, that's gotta
all right.
stay.
So I got our first piece of viewer mail. Listener
Like
mail.
a real one.
Feedback? We call it
Feed mail.
Feed mail. Okay.
I don't like that word.
I got our first piece of fan mail today.
Woo!
Yeah, we'll come up with something better.
It's from an anonymous person, but I strongly suspect that it's my wife because she texted it to me. So,
Anonymous.
so that's where we're at now.
Okay. First one. Hey, your wife can still be a fan.
She sent me a list of movies that have gotten a 0% on Rotten Tomato.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I devised a game from that we can play
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
if you want to.
That's a good list of movies.
But she also asks what movie we would add to that list. Do you have any 0%
zero?
movies that you've seen? I feel like you answered with Shazam just now.
Yeah, I don't know. It can't really be a 0. Like, it's a movie. They made it.
It's not good enough to be bad enough to be a 0.
That's like a 4. Like,
Okay.
I'll walk out of a 4. Like, this shit's bad. But
like actual train wrecks, you're like in for.
well, it depends. Like, the Room's a fucking 0. Don't watch that by yourself. Watch it with a room full of drunk people. I watched it by myself. That sucked. This movie was the worst.
I think you could still get enjoyment out of it, depending on your mindset.
Yeah, I wasn't in the mindset. I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be so dumb, it's funny. And 5 minutes later, this guy dry humping her belly button. I was like, this is not fucking funny. I feel real weird.
Yeah.
I would actually feel less weird if there were people with me and I was watching this. Like, this is not enjoyable at all.
This subpar Cinemax movie is not enjoyable on my own.
This fucking vampire man. It's fucking crazy.
I described him as a muscly raisin. That was my description when I had to tell somebody about
He would
it.
probably describe himself as 30. Would not let people know his age. I did also watch The Disaster Artist, which is much better than the Room.
Yeah, I watched The Disaster Artist too. That was kind of trippy. I wouldn't have called it enjoyable, but it was interesting to see someone pretend to be that guy, James Franco.
Yep.
He did
right?
a pretty goddamn
pretend to
good
be.
job.
And then at the end, after the
in the
credits,
same room.
to see them talking to each other was not pleasant. I didn't enjoy that.
Yeah. There's a certain mental dissonance to that. I don't like what's happening here.
Yeah, just to let you guys know, you can go online and watch. What is it? Something Wiseau? What is his name?
Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah, Tommy Wiseau played Dark Souls,
Really?
and he can't get through a door.
Okay. Okay. He's got a brand. I'll give him that.
Yeah, it's just bad. But I put that on the list of 0.
Okay. You did not enjoy The Room.
Nope. I
Gotcha.
should have been hammered.
I will say most of the movies that you would think should be on here on this list are not on the list.
Well,
That is not on the list of 0%. Yeah, that's also not.
The safest
Yeah.
0, but people have now.
yeah. Well, I gotta
started to
say,
like it.
I watched
It's like,
that by myself. I enjoyed it. It was
Okay.
kind of funny. But I'll take bad FX all day. You know, if you got like a stupid watermelon dressed up as a person and you smash it, I want to watch that movie. I like it.
I can't think of the name of it, but it's a god's.
Zilla.
It's everything shiny, everything CG. There's a bunch of like
Transformers?
armies, and it's like ancient, but there's
Aquaman.
magic, and there's golden-headed raw characters
Oh,
in
yeah.
Greece.
What you mean? No, it's not raw and grease. You mean?
There's like
Raw and
dog-headed-
greasy.
There's
Yeah, that's not.
dog-headed Egyptian.
But they're in
things
Greece?
in Greek times, in all sorts of historical.
I know what movie.
gibberish.
That's a more modern movie, right?
Yeah,
I definitely didn't watch that.
Yeah, I
So.
have no idea what it's called, but it's something about gods and something. Shiny gods.
I'm gonna look it up.
It's Shiny Gods.
Shiny gods.
Let's keep moving on with this.
Okay. I don't actually have one.
There's at least 2 Transformers that have zeros.
There are so many movies that are not enjoyable that I don't feel the need to distinguish between a 0% and a 30%.
hard.
I don't know.
I'd say Avatar: The Last Airbender is real close. I watched that in theaters, and
Yeah.
for some reason, I did not walk out. I really
Odd.
wanted to.
That was not enjoyable.
Gods of Egypt.
Yeah, there you go. It's that sounds
Gods of
generic
Egypt.
as shit.
Apparently, it's 3 stars, but
Out of 100.
maybe out of 5 is what it's showing.
That's off a fake website.
94,300 ratings. That's wow.
That's literally all the people that saw the movie.
I actually wouldn't want to put any movie as a 0% just because that seems unnecessarily harsh.
Well, I think it's got to be a small list. I think there's. Maybe,
But Rotten Tomatoes works differently than a game review. You know, the user score is always or is never a 0, which is interesting. It's a reverse from Metacritic because the user reviews seem to be higher than the critic reviews on this.
I have no idea. Just average them all out and then give it a 7.2 like IMDb does.
Yeah.
Everything's a 7.2 unless it's Pixar and it's a 10.
Okay.
All right. So let's play this game.
All right. Game portion.
Give me the game.
It's time to play a game. Welcome to fun. So, on this list that I looked through exhaustively, kind of, how many of the movies starred Bruce Willis?
0.
I'm going to say $1 Bob.
It was 4 movies on the. He's in
so the
4
new
of
Die
the
Hard
movies that are
movies?
0% rating.
Oh, okay. What other movies has he been in?
Probably
Hundreds
something
and
with
hundreds of
Stallone.
movies.
Does he have a tax situation
The
going on?
Ninth Gate. Is the Ninth Gate on there?
Is that
He wasn't in that, was he?
No, he's not in the Ninth Gate. I just realized that movie was horrible.
Nope. At least someone liked that movie apparently because it was not on that list. I don't
So
think.
Brooks is in the lead right now.
You mean there's
guys
seriously
want-
not one person going around just finding all the zeros and just giving it a 10 because they think it's funny?
Well, these are critics, not
Oh, okay, critics.
users.
Got it.
That's
would
the
make more
difference.
sense. Yeah, users can't be 0 because there's one.
Someone
person.
liked it, I'm sure.
I'm
He
guessing
was
there's
in.
a Stallone movie where Bruce Willis and Sylvester Stallone are in the same movie.
The Expendables.
Not on this list, though.
No, really.
I don't think so. There was a
Is there a John Claude Van Damme movie?
Jean-Claude Van Damme / Dolph Lundgren movie that was on this list of 0%.
And it came out last year. No,
Yeah,
it did.
There was one
within the past 5 years at least.
It's
Yeah.
coming out soon. Claude Van Damme is in, which is I've got on my list to watch because that looks certainly like something.
That's just sad
Well,
because I like both of
speaking
those
him,
guys.
That show he had on Amazon,
JCVD?
Like I almost wanted it to be
No,
good.
Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
Yeah,
The first 2 episodes of that were
And
fucking amazing.
yeah, and then it turned to shit. But the first 2,
If you didn't watch the first 2 episodes of that,
they were genius, and I
go
thought
watch those.
I wanted every episode to be a different movie where he had to do a spy adventure, but they didn't do that. They had an actual story, which was bad.
yeah,
First 2
Shame
episodes.
They
the
ruined
story
it.
gets in the way of the goodness.
Just keep it stupid as shit. That's what it's supposed to be.
If it's a comedy, it should be about the
Yeah,
jokes.
keep it a comedy. Don't put serious stuff in this John Claude Van Damme thing. Like, yeah, okay, keep going.
All right. So compared to that, does John Travolta have more or less movies on this list?
And Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
Less.
More.
He has 6 on this list.
Damn. How many movies are on this list?
It's like 300.
Oh my god. Okay, I didn't know it was that. I thought it was like 10 movies.
No, a lot of
300 zeros.
a lot of movies have 0%. Apparently, Staying Alive has a 0% when I looked at this
Really?
Rotten Tomatoes page.
All right.
What is that movie?
The disco movie.
Yeah. You would have thought someone would have liked it, but nope.
Oh,
Okay, apparently not.
Not Saturday Night Fever. Just Staying Alive.
Yeah. So he was in Gotti, Speed Kills, Trading Paint, Life on the Line, Staying Alive, and Look Who's Talking Now is also a 0%.
Oh, wow.
The baby movie?
You know what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the second one?
Critics hated that,
Was that
apparently.
the second one? Or?
Look
Look
is
Who's
it just
Talking
Look-
2 is probably the second one.
Yeah, Look Who's Talking 2, and then Look Who's Talking Now, I think is the third one.
Oh,
Oh, there's
okay.
a third one.
Okay.
Because I thought they wouldn't keep making them if the first one got a 0, would they?
Because Look Who's Talking
Right.
is the first one. And
Okay.
then it did fine. And then Look Who's Talking 2 is the second.
They exhausted
And it
the
did less
And then
fine.
babies. Look Who's Talking Now.
Went straight to
Wait a minute.
Straight to VHS. What?
Bruce Willis is in that movie, isn't he? He's one of the voices, isn't
He's
he?
the baby?
Oh, he's the voice of the baby?
Yeah. But not the third one, maybe.
they couldn't get him for the third
Yeah,
one.
okay.
Because he has too high standards.
I thought we caught a
Do
weird.
you think if they did that now, they'd CG his face onto a baby?
Probably.
Because they should
knows?
maybe do that.
Old Bruce Willis.
Get another
CG
Zero
on
movie on that list.
Yeah, he needs a few more. Catch up to John Travolta.
What's like, isn't that Jack Frost?
Is Battlefield Earth
Not
on
the
that
horror
list?
movie, the one with Michael Keaton, where he turns
He's a
into
snowman?
magical snowman.
Yeah.
The face is, I think it's a different actor face who they couldn't get. So the face man, the snowman looks like Ben Affleck, or
No, it looks like a
George
snowman.
Clooney. It looks like
What?
George Clooney. They couldn't get George Clooney to be the snowman,
So they got Michael Keaton.
and then just put Michael Keaton's eyebrows on the snowman, and it looks like
Okay.
Oh, that kids movie?
yeah. Where
I've watched that thing.
He dies. Isn't that,
Yeah, he dies and becomes a
like,
snowman.
right at the beginning.
So every winter
Yeah.
he
he
gets this.
becomes a magical snowman.
Yeah, he basically gets to hang out with his Frosty the Snowman dad every winter.
And the other thing is, there's another movie also called Jack Frost, which is a horror movie about a murderous snowman.
That one might just be called Mr. Frost or something like that. But okay, they're both Jack
I
Frost.
think
okay.
they're both Jack Frost. We'll see. I don't know.
Anyway, those
So, you know what? If we're wrong about that,
Was
send-
Jack Frost a zero?
send us corrections.
at I don't know what's the email. Everything bad at the internet is a nightmare.com.
Yeah, or just text me because apparently that's a valid way to get on this show.
Was Jack Frost a zero?
I did not see it on the list.
Okay,
no.
cool.
You guys are tied.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to give you the description of a movie, and you can tell me what the user score was,
User score.
knowing that it was a 0% from the critics.
Okay. Yeah, I like this. I like this. This is a good game.
This movie is Day of the Dead Bloodline, a reimagining of George A. Romero's cult classic Day of the Dead. This movie is set in a post-apocalyptic, zombie-filled world where a former med school student is tormented by a dark figure from her past. The only thing is, he's a half-human, half-zombie hell-bent on destroying the world.
That sounds like Resident Evil.
This is where Day of the Dead has gone.
I know we're not guessing it because you literally said what the name of the movie
Yeah,
was.
so what is the user score out of like 100%?
Out of 100, knowing it got a zero, I'm going to give it a 35.
38.
God damn.
No points awarded. 9%.
I thought they'd like it more.
Yeah. It sounds delightful, but nope. All right.
I was already thinking 38.
Okay.
So it
I was
wasn't
like, God damn it.
All right. I would like to see if you could guess the name of this. A college student battles a malevolent clown that's stalking her community.
Clown killer or something.
it.
Deadly Clowns.
Clowntergeist is the name of this movie.
Well, of course that's a zero. There's a star in that movie?
No, these are the questions where you're guessing the user score.
Perfect. That was perfect. That's
Well,
the perfect name for that movie.
I'm gonna guess
It's
I'm gonna guess a 10% based on that name.
15.
28%.
God damn it.
15. You're ahead by 1 point.
Victory.
I'm like, you're going next. I know, I did. I thought I had it on the nose on that one. I don't know
see.
why I was so confident.
I see what you did there. On the nose.
Hey,
honk honk.
The Clowntergeist, if
There
you
we
will.
go.
I don't know what that Clowntergeist, if you will. That's a good
That's a good podcast.
Clowntergeist, if you will. Good name for a podcast. This is a movie called Future World. Inside a desert oasis, a queen, Lucy Liu, lays dying as her son, Prince Jeffrey Wahlberg, travels across barren wastelands to find a near mythical medicine to save her life after evading violent raiders on motorbikes led by the warlord James Franco and his enforcer,
Yeah, I know what this is.
Cliff Method Man Smith.
I've actually seen this.
This got a zero.
Prince meets Ash, Suki Waterhouse, the warlord's robot sex companion / assassin who's in search of her own soul. As Prince is captured by the drug lord Mila Jovovich, the warlord's forces roar in and Prince fights to save the remnants of humanity.
So they were trying something with this movie, right?
They were trying to spend money.
This sounds like a big deal.
Sounds
You
like they
say
spent a
you
lot of
saw
money.
it.
I've seen it, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, like
I gotta guess
artistically,
the
where
score.
they did it.
I remember very little, but I know I've seen that movie.
I've seen the trailer.
100% seen that movie.
It sounds like something you would remember.
Yep.
I guess.
Also, you said one of the Wahlbergs was Lucy
Jeffrey
Liu's
Wahlberg
son.
is Lucy Liu's son.
I don't think that's one of the the
The canonical Wahlbergs.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. If it's a different Wahlberg, I was like, does that make any sense?
one of the big four Wahlbergs.
Like they. Yeah. Okay. I would like it if Mark Wahlberg was just Lucy Liu's son.
I'm gonna go with 38%.
$1, Bob.
13%.
Hey.
We are tied.
Way less than Clowntergeist,
Yes.
Yeah.
I would point out.
I'm gonna guess that Clowntergeist is the worst movie.
What was that movie's name again?
Future World.
Future World.
That's the most generic ass name I've ever heard.
Yeah. Seems interesting, though.
Yeah. Description.
All right.
That's our homework for next week.
You're tied again. Okay.
Good.
I'm gonna say if it's free somewhere, I'll watch it. If not, then nah.
This movie was one of John Travolta's. Speed Kills.
Hey.
John Travolta stars as a speedboat racing champion and multimillionaire whose secret life as a drug trafficker lands him in a deadly crossfire between the DEA and the mob.
Honestly, the more you describe it sounds kind of cool. Like this could be neat.
12.
Ooh, do I go higher or lower? Higher or lower? Higher or lower? 13.
38%.
Hey.
You won the game.
I think it was the speedboat.
Congratulations. People love speedboats.
Speedboat, or like that adds an additional 30 Metacritic points.
Well, at first, when you say Tron Travolta as a speedboat champion, I think it's very funny.
You know what'd be even funnier? John Travolta as a speedboat.
Yeah.
Like he just voices like a kit-style speedboat
Oh, yeah.
with a mouth on the front that they animate poorly. That would be...
No, it's not animated. It's a physical, like, flap. Like flap, flap, flap.
Well, that wouldn't be on this list because that would have 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. That sounds great.
I would love if the critics were like, this was so awesome. This was amazing. 100%.
The part where he turns into a clown and terrorizes the town is also interesting.
Yep.
No, I was thinking more like the boat just grows legs and walks out of the water.
Sure. Anything is possible at this point.
But it's obvious that they changed scale and stuff, and it's just a different. It's a suit.
It's a person in a boat suit.
He walks out.
It's
Big Bird like puppeteering the boat.
They shot it to where it, like they tried to make a small little lake.
the boat switches faces with Nicolas Cage, and then
Tragically, it's Peter Mayhew's last movie.
thank you for the fan mail.
Yeah, so
Good one.
we would like more of that because
a
that's
good game.
the best part of what we do.
Is you guys?
Everyone else,
Really, that's why we do this.
yeah. So,
We're in it for you guys.
so
at home.
everything
If
bad
it
at the
wasn't
internet is a nightmare.
For all the people that told us that we should do this, we wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
I tried not to do it. I fist fought someone because they insisted I do this
It
podcast.
wasn't either of us. It was a stranger.
No, I was also fist fighting that person. They just didn't know it.
So basically, you just mugged somebody.
So Jacob mugged someone.
All right.
And now here we are.
Thanks for listening, and go visit theinternetisannightmare.com.
And then what?
Email us corrections, suggestions,
Kind of
I don't
anything
know,
you want.
recipes.
Dude,
Tell
I'll read a
Brooks your
recipe.
favorite color.
Yeah.
Email it. Everything.
Dick pics. That's fine.
No.
You can send them.
Everything bad at the internet is nightmare.com.
We'll make a board at the end. That'll be in the more section.
We'll call it fan art.
Yeah. But it better be art or it's not going up.
Make it artistic. Yeah.
Make it artistic. Good luck with that one, Matt.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
But yes, corrections and suggestions, questions, everything bad at the
Comments.
internet is a nightmare. Can I just get one clean fucking shot?
I think you did it 3 times, actually.
Assisting.
Go for it.
Goodbye.
What you just heard was Everything Bad. For more information and bonus episodes, go to theinternetisAnightmare.com.